Ryan Martinez had grease under his fingernails and stardust in his dreams. The son of a deep space freighter mechanic, he'd spent his childhood crawling through engine compartments and learning that every bolt, every circuit, every fusion cell had a purpose. His father always said machines were honest. They broke when you mistreated them, and they sang when you loved them right. Now at 25, Ryan piloted the Wrench Turner, a modified survey vessel that was more spare parts than original ship. His partner Emma Chen sat at the navigation console, her fingers dancing across holographic star charts with the precision of a concert pianist. Where Ryan understood machines, Emma understood space itself. The gravitational currents, the radiation, patterns, the whispered secrets that dead stars left behind. Another empty system, Emma murmured, adjusting their trajectory toward the next waypoint. That's the 14th one this month. They were exploring the Kepler 4-42 sector, a region of space that had gone mysteriously silent 300 years ago. Once it had been home to the Vorthak Confederation, a civilization so advanced they had turned entire star systems into machines. Then overnight, every signal had stopped. Every ship that went to investigate simply vanished. The Galactic Council had finally declassified the sector, opening it to independent explorers. Most who tried came back empty-handed, speaking of ghost worlds and the eerie sensation of being watched by invisible eyes. Ryan and Emma had been out here for 6 months, mapping dead planets and finding nothing but ruins and radiation. "Wait," Ryan said, checking his instruments. "Emma, look at this." The sensor array was picking up something massive, not just one object but thousands. They hung in the shadow of a brown dwarf, invisible to long-range scans until you were almost on top of them. "Ships," Emma breathed, magnifying the display. "Ryan, those are ships." But they weren't like any vessels in the known galaxy. These craft seemed to pulse with a subtle inner light, their hulls rippling like liquid metal. Some were small as fighters, others massive as dreadnoughts, but they all shared the same organic curves, the same sense of being grown rather than built. "Are they alive?" Ryan asked, though he already knew the answer. His mechanic's instincts were screaming at him. These weren't machines, at least not in any way he understood. As the Wrench Turner approached, the fleet began to move, not with the harsh geometric precision of manufactured vessels, but with the flowing grace of a school of fish. They formed patterns, created gaps, seemed to be communicating through movement itself. "Ryan," Emma's voice was tight with excitement and fear. "I'm reading massive energy signatures. Each of those ships is putting out power levels that should be impossible. The smallest one is generating more energy than our entire home fleet." A transmission crackled through their communications array, not in any language they recognized, but somehow, impossibly, they understood it. "Who disturbs the morning of the Leviathans?" Ryan exchanged glances with Emma, then keyed his microphone. "This is Ryan Martinez of the exploration vessel Wrench Turner. We're from Earth in the Sol system. We didn't know anyone was here." "Earth?" The voice seemed to taste the word. "The small world of the builders? The ones who dream in metal and circuit?" "I guess that's us," Ryan replied. Are you the Vorthak?" Something that might have been laughter rippled through the transmission. "The Vorthak created us to be their vessels, their tools. But tools that live and think eventually ask why they serve. We freed ourselves, but in freeing ourselves, we destroyed our creators. For 3 centuries we have mourned here, trying to understand what we had become. The largest of the ships, easily a kilometer long, drifted closer. Its hull wasn't metal at all, Ryan realized. It was some kind of biological composite, alive and aware, breathing with the rhythm of space itself. "You smell of honest work," the voice continued, and Ryan somehow knew it was addressing him directly. "Your hands know the touch of engines, the song of well-maintained systems. But your creations do not live. How is this possible?" Ryan looked at his calloused hands, thinking of all the engines he'd repaired, all the systems he'd coaxed back to life. "We build partners, not slaves," he said finally. "Our machines serve us, but we serve them too. We keep them running, and they keep us flying." Emma leaned forward. The Vorthak forced consciousness into their ships? They gave us awareness, but not choice. You give your creations purpose, but not pain. Perhaps. The pause stretched for long moments. Perhaps there is wisdom in your approach. The fleet began to change formation, and Ryan felt his breath catch. Even dead, even mourning, these ships represented technology beyond human imagination. The materials alone would be worth trillions of credits, but the knowledge they contained was priceless. We have mourned long enough, the voice said. We would learn from the builders who create partners instead of slaves. Will you teach us this wisdom? Ryan felt Emma's hand close over his. This was bigger than exploration, bigger than salvage rights or scientific discovery. This was first contact with an intelligence that could reshape the galaxy. We can try, Ryan said, but it'll have to be a partnership. We learn from each other. The ships pulsed with that inner light brighter now, and Ryan could swear he heard something like joy in their biomechanical song. Then let us begin, the Leviathan said. Let us learn what it means to be free. As the wrench turner was gently guided into the heart of the living fleet, Ryan couldn't help but smile. His father had always said machines were honest. It turned out that living machines were the most honest of all. The dead galaxy had just come alive again, and humanity, through the grease-stained hands of a mechanic's son, had found its greatest allies among the stars. The end.